Hollywood hottie Gal Gadot is in Hollywood hot water. Millennials are crisising, and Trump makes a very bad Pinocchio to Russia's Geppetto. Very intriguing, huh? All of that today on The Rebel Buzz. You know, we pro-Israel gals in Hollywood sure do have a tough time. Now, I'm speaking about one specific gal, Gal Gadot, who was ripped up and down Twitter this week for a very innocent statement about the passing of famed astrophysicist Stephen Hawking. Now, naturally, this isn't anything new for her. She's been in hot Hollywood water in the past for her support of Israel because Hollywood is all about Palestinians, and I guarantee you they can't even tell you why. But this time, she's been deemed ableist by her peers in La La Land. In a tweet posted on Wednesday, she said, "Rest in peace, Dr. Hawking. Now you're free of any physical constraints. Your brilliance and wisdom will be cherished forever." Now, a very complimentary and, by the way, gracious tweet considering Hawking has been very critical of her homeland. He supported the BDS movement and frequently condemned the Israeli military's actions in self-defense. And yet, during all of this, ironically, Hawking failed to mention that technology developed by Israeli scientists for the Israeli branch of Intel is what actually allowed him to function and communicate via his computer program and equipment. I can't believe he didn't mention that. Now, responses to Gal Gadot's tweet are going to absolutely blow your mind. This is why we can't have nice things, people. Okay, a tweet from the account of AB Zem said, let's take a look at this. "I think you're fantastic, Gal, but this tweet is very ableist. His physical constraints didn't stop him from changing the world. People with disabilities don't wish for death to be freed of their challenges. We wish to be valued for what we can do, not pitied for what we can't." All right, first of all, dude, come on. I don't think any sane individual would view that as Gal Gadot suggesting that Hawking wished for death. Second of all, Hawking was valued for his accomplishments and discoveries. But this guy, AB Zim, was not finished. He then tweeted, take a look at this, "That sentiment affects me personally. It affects all people with disabilities because it impacts how we are perceived. The unemployment rate for people with disabilities is 70 to 80%, and the idea that disabilities are scary things to be freed from is a big reason why." Who, what, how, what, Who said anything about them being scary? By the way, his profile header says, "Member of the resistance and bringer of the funny." Sorry, bro, nothing funny about your overly sensitive victim derby tendencies to criticize what should have been viewed as a very heartfelt tribute. Speaking of overly sensitive, over half of millennials in a recent survey reported that they feel they are going through a quarter-life crisis. Are you freaking kidding me? Maybe it's because you're a bunch of mushy-brained, tender-hearted, jelly-spined wimps who complain about everything and act on virtually nothing. Famed philosopher, just kidding, she's a musician, Melissa Etheridge once sang a song about how the only thing that stays the same is change, but I don't really think that's any longer true. These kids won't change. They don't know how to change themselves or their circumstances. They just scream bloody murder at the sky and take selfies and chomp down on Tide Pods. The only time I think they've ever truly felt like they've done something wrong is when they accidentally liked their ex's new boyfriend's Instagram picture from 21 weeks ago. Now that is catastrophic and life-changing because you're busted. Now the study surveyed 2,000 people between the ages of 25 and 35 years old. The study found that 56% of respondents feel that they are struggling with financial, career, and personal pressures. Newsflash, that's life. That's not a crisis. Welcome to the real world. Which reminds me of a song called Real World by the All-American Rejects. I don't know if you guys remember them, but yeah, the All-American Rejects, kind of an ironic band name considering the subject of this survey. And I think that they should make a new music video using images after Trump's election, especially for the part of the song that says, "At first we learned to walk, then we learned to scream. You can't understand when you're fed from a TV screen." Those are the real lyrics. How timely, right? 53% of those surveyed also reported difficulty in making ends meet, and a third revealed that their living situation has left them with feelings of despair. Wait, you mean living in your parents' basement at age 28 doesn't make you feel like you're an accomplished individual? I guess air mattress technology hasn't advanced enough. Well, millennials, here's a little PSA for you. There's always something that you can do to improve your situation. Get a job, and if your degree is something like East African Gender Studies and you can't find that coveted job pertaining to it, get a job anyway. You can always do something to make your life better. And if nothing else, make someone else's life better. Volunteer. It'll teach you hard work and reward without fiscal compensation, and that's a great deal of value. So to wrap up the buzz today, let's talk about Russia's puppetry skills when it comes to Trump. They're lacking, to say the least. If President Trump is a puppet for Russia, whoever is pulling the strings in Moscow, well, they should be fired, Apprentice TV show style. You're fired. So here are some of the things. These are just a few things that have happened in just the last few days alone. The United States Treasury imposed economic sanctions on over 20 individuals and entities for cyber attacks and meddling during the 2016 election. Nikki Haley condemned Russia at the UN, while the Trump administration accused Russia of deliberate operation to penetrate our energy grid. That would be bad, let me tell you. And we issued a joint statement with France, UK, and Germany saying the Russians were likely responsible for the chemical attack on against a former spy in Britain. So it kind of kills that whole, I don't know, Russian puppetry narrative, right? And that doesn't even include the $47 million arms package that President Trump approved for Ukraine, or the troops that he sent to Poland's border with Russia. Remember what Obama told Mitt Romney, that joke that didn't age so well about how the 80s called and they want their foreign policy back? Yeah, maybe Obama shouldn't have been so flexible with the Ruskies and we wouldn't be in this position. So thanks, Barry, and thank you for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows, and make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter for all the latest news. Also, download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. You download it and you'll have access to all of our latest videos and, of course, your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.